sucks. Hey guys, welcome back to UK by Gaming podcast. Although this is number one because it is the first of 2017, not the first podcast ever. If you scroll down in the videos, there are previous podcasts. These are better though. And today's topic is the Nintendo Switch.
Oh god, it's
so surprising to bring up the Nintendo Switch the day after it's 2 days after.
Well, I think yesterday we were just sleeping and watching Treehouse Live all day.
I guess it was still Nintendo.
Which actually, I had more interest out of Treehouse Live than I did from the actual conference.
Okay, alright, so
it's terrible.
So to get the main thing of the conference over the way, which a lot of people that watch don't quite grasp, even though based on the audience that was there, that was a conference aimed at middle-aged Japanese businessmen.
Yep.
And
I would just like to add before we start,
yes.
I think, give people a quick overview, console's coming out March 3rd, which shocked both of us, because we weren't expecting it for another 2 weeks, were we?
I don't really have an issue with the release date.
No,
I mean,
I think I'm really happy, because it just means I have, more time to play Zelda quicker, but I wasn't expecting it so early.
Yeah.
It's launching for £279.99 schmeckles, which we'll discuss later, but I think that's a bit more than what we were expecting.
One other thing. Notice this time there is some lovely background music, so you don't hear silence when we take long pauses. It is Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six?
Sorry, Mario Kart 64 Rainbow Road remix by Chris Demar. I don't know, there's a playlist I use, so I'll shove it in the description.
But anyway, the console's launching two variations, though they're exactly the same. The only difference is the Joy-Con colours on one are the standard ones you've seen before, and the other one's red and one's blue. It comes with 32GB of onboard memory, which, as we discuss later, is actually not that bad. You get with it, what do you get with it? You get the Nintendo Switch console.
I'd be very surprised if you didn't.
You get the Joy-Cons, you get Joy-Con grip charger thing, not the Pro Controller, the charger.
No. The grip that comes with the console isn't a grip charger.
It's got a charger built into it, though.
No, that's the one you buy.
No, it's got a charger built into it. They've confirmed it.
Oh, when was this?
Like yesterday in the treehouse.
No, because
they said the Joy-Con grip charge thing has like a 6-hour battery life in it, dude.
That's weird, because the thing I read about it was that the person who said that in the Joy-Con thing flubbed it because he was holding the wrong thing when he said it.
No, it's confirmed that the controller you get with the console is the one that has the battery pack in the middle. It's not just like a piece of plastic. And it charges via USB Type-C charger. It has about 16 hours battery on one charge. Each Joy-Con itself has 6 hours. But yeah, you get the charging controller with it.
I have 20 hours for the two Joy-Cons.
Either way, like that. You also get some kind of Joy-Con safety strap thing that extends the shoulder buttons, AC adapter, and that's it really. So pretty simple. So let's start with give the console and the conference a rating out of 10.
I mean, I'd have to give it a low 6 just because it was aimed at investors and not like the general public. It seemed like a lot of the stuff that was there was only like at the very end. It felt like it was there for the fans, but like up until and like a bit towards the beginning. But yeah, it just felt a bit lackluster in terms.
I mean,
of the
I'm not
conference.
gonna lie. I came across on that pretty disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I think basically I've come away from that, and I've got a very strong feeling this might turn into a Wii U number 2. I think the price is too high for what it is, especially when you can walk into a game store. All our prices were, by the way, when we talked from the UK. When you consider for £280 you don't get any game, and I can walk into Game Now and buy a PS4 Slim or an Xbox One Slim and a decent first-party AAA game for £230. That's kind of disappointed me. I think the thing that concerns me the most, though, is the god awful launch titles. I think it's probably the worst launch software wise. I think it's probably the worst console launch I've ever seen.
Before we get into that, let me just go over my thoughts on the price. I think for what it is, and we didn't never actually cover what was actually in the thing itself. The technology that's in it, and the fact that obviously it does work as a portable. The 280 is okay. Like I feel like the main issue with the price was the fact that it was rumored for ages beforehand to be £80 cheaper, which is a huge value. But I can definitely understand comparing.
Can I just add? It's really funny. I'm on the game website now, and they've suddenly this morning you could buy a 3DS, and currently all the new 3DS XLs and the new 3DS you can't buy them anymore.
I mean that's another thing. Like it is a new console, which that's why the price is. You know.
But I'm just concerned that your average mother who goes in there for, to buy little Jimmy a new Nintendo for his birthday or for Christmas is going to look at it and she's not going to know that it's a portable compared to a handheld. She's going to see the price. That's all parents see. She's going to see £280 no game, £220 game. But at its core, that's the thing. And I think Nintendo are going to have to be really clever on the marketing to showcase that yes, it's a bit more, but what you're getting is a home console and a portable console.
I'm interested in more how they market stuff like the IR sensor. I'm not that interested in. I mean, it's the most I've seen with that is seeing in 1-2 Switch with the guy eating it. We'll get onto 1-2 Switch in a little bit, but the HD Rumble is by far the most interesting part of the console besides its portability. I don't know if you've ever tried HD Rumble. It is the weirdest. It is impossible to explain, right?
It works. The thing is, I'm worried it might be a feature that developers, unless it's a first-party Nintendo game, developers don't really utilize. Don't get me wrong. It's a bloody great piece. It's like an amazing piece of like hardware innovation. Like it is basically Rumble 2.0.
Yeah, and I think the next. I wouldn't be surprised if the Scorpio has it.
Yeah, definitely. The next Xbox and PlayStation will have it because it's the standard. It's like all phone chargers in the future will have USB-C, except Apple, they're special. Yeah. But I think it's a natural evolution.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's a natural. As for them making use of it, luckily it's not quite as bad as the Wii U second pad. Like it's going to take a lot less man hours to program in decent Rumble than it is to program in a whole entire different game feature. You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I mean, we'll see when Skyrim comes out later this year.
I've just checked, by the way. It does definitely come with a Joy-Con grip that charges.
Okay, all right. That was just some confusion. I thought that's weird. I was just like, you can't buy a non-charging grip.
That's Nintendo of America tweeting it out.
Yeah, it seems like they are clarifying stuff. And for the launch lineup, I'm almost dead certain that's not it.
It can't be. If that is it. I'll be very...
Nintendo themselves have actually come out and said that there is more information to come before it comes out. So that's some good news. Presumably in the form of another Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, so shall we also talk about the shocking... I'll say shocking. The odd pricing for the accessories.
Yes.
Put in a Pro controller will cost you 65 schmeckles.
Okay, wait. We have a really good value on the Pro controller, to be honest.
Oh, hang on. Apparently, according to Game, you can pre-order a Joy-Con charging grip, right?
Yeah.
But on the Nintendo Switch website, they call it in the actual console just a Joy-Con grip, not the Joy-Con charging.
That's
but Nintendo have said it comes with a
That's a bit confused. That's why I'm confused. You know, it's when the Nintendo say this after the conference, because if so, then that's confirmed. Unless you're on about what they said in Treehouse Live, which I think has been confirmed to be a flub.
But anyway, let me go through the cost of the main accessories. Pro controller 65 schmeckles. Basic accessory kit 17. A Joy-Con charging grip 28. A pair of Joy-Con controllers, £75. One Joy-Con controller is £3 even. Oh, a Joy-Con controller is £10. I think that's the one we get with the console.
Right.
A Joy-Con strap is £5.
Okay, that's
An Ace adapter is £30.
okay. So the latest
Oh,
stuff.
one more. Another dock with HDMI cable and power is £90.
Yeah, the dock is really the only thing out of that really pisses me off. The Pro controller has all the like the HD rumble, it has motion control, gyro, and all that stuff. Which actually makes obviously it does a lot more than the current generation's controllers. So it's was it? Did you say 75?
Yeah.
75.
65.
65. So it's about £15 more than.
And you can do Amiibo on it.
You can do Amiibo. You can do it does everything does. So I think the Pro controller outrage is a bit misplaced.
But I can still see why people are a bit annoyed.
Oh yeah, no,
I still would have liked to have seen a Pro bundle that came with the Pro controller for like £50 more or something, because I would have bought that. Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I can see that. I think we will, but after E3. Like,
Yeah,
my big theory about this is that this is a soft launch. Like, dedicated Nintendo fans get in now. They play Zelda. They play Mario Kart.
Yeah, Splatoon possibly.
Splatoon just before it. And then E3 comes out and then they're like, boom, Metroid, or boom, F-Zero, or this is Mario's release date. Go buy the bundle for Christmas or Black Friday.
Yeah, I mean, apparently also Reggie's just come out and said, Nintendo boss promises the Switch won't have NES Classic supply issues at launch. I'm calling bullshit on that. Because
I heard that a GameStop got 25
per store. That's not a lot, dude.
That's a lot compared to what the that's around actually what the Xbox One had.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just very, very going back to the point.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed. I'm hoping very severely that Nintendo come out with more launch titles, because right now even though I've pre-ordered it with Zelda, I've got a Wii U. There's no pretty much reason for me to get the Switch, if that makes sense, because right now, I'm not gonna lie, there's no games. I'm not the massive Zelda fan. I'll play it. I won't go out and pretty much like, it's not my favourite game in the world. I'm struggling to see why I need one at launch, and I think if you don't like Zelda, I generally think there's no reason for you to buy a Switch until winter.
That, or if you like Mario Kart, then you just wait a month and then obviously.
To be fair, Mario Kart again, it's all pretty much on Wii U. Yes, there's a few new tracks and a few new characters, but again, I don't think it's enough.
The huge thing for people with that would probably be the 1080p 60 FPS thing.
But still, it's a lot of money, and I think...
Yeah, I feel like it should be like 40.
Yeah.
I think it's 50. 40, 35, I think. And I feel like we might actually see some price droppage in the games regard. I mean, thank God. I went online this morning, and Game still has Zelda for 60, but Argos is selling Zelda for 50. So it seems like the more likely price for AAA Switch games is going to be 50, which is, standard.
Well, they said it's going to be console prices.
Yeah, console prices. Like, the Game at the moment and Amazon have some pretty outrageous prices. Amazon has...
Ooh. Nintendo Switch is now unavailable on Amazon.
Yep, they sold out.
Currently unavailable. Ooh, that's actually quite... Yeah, they're doing... I'm still struggling to, be interested in this console much. I think we're going to end up with another Wii U on our hands. Not sales-wise, because I do think the AAA nature of its only one development will save it. But I don't think we're going to see much third party. I'm really annoyed we didn't see any Ubisoft support, really, at the launch event. I don't even know what really that purpose of that press conference was, bar saying, oh, look, the Nintendo Switch is coming out on March 3rd for £280, coming out with Zelda, like you all knew it was. Also a couple of games coming out as well. Please buy it.
Yeah, that's why it just feels like that was more like a hardware pitch, and that there will be a Nintendo Direct. I mean, I think they're going to properly announce that Fire Emblem Warriors game that they tomorrow? No, the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday this week.
Tuesday this week. It's on the 16th or 17th. there's a Fire Emblem Direct, which I think is where we're going to see Fire Emblem Warriors, and maybe if we're really lucky, a sneak peek of Fire Emblem Switch due out 2018, I think. Metroid is basically guaranteed as a thing, because Reggie literally said that there'll be something to do with Metroid in the near future.
Metroid Prime Federation Force.
Yeah, on the Switch. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say if the launch lineup doesn't get bolstered, and I think it will, not by AAA, sorry, not by Nintendo themselves, I think more indie, like Binding of Isaac coming to it. I think if they can get stuff like Towerfall and other like pretty, or was it Overcooked is like a really popular indie game at the moment. I think you're gonna have a lot of indies at launch. You're gonna have quite a few more third party at launch. I want to see some more 3DS-esque, Star-esque games come to it. Because we never actually saw any of that. We only saw like the big AAA Star ones, and obviously it's gonna play both. So online costs money, which sucks. You do it for your mobile phone apparently, in terms of talking to people online, which is really dumb. But we don't know how it works yet, so I guess we can't.
To be fair, it's Nintendo, so it's probably.
I guess we can't shit on it entirely. We haven't actually seen it in action yet, and it's not being made by Nintendo. It's being made by Denver. It's a company Nintendo owns that is their smartphone division. You'll have to pay to go online after August, so basically when all the games are probably coming out. You get to trial run it, I guess. Be pretty neat. No one knows about the pricing.
Yeah, $5 a month. It's the same as PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, they haven't said that.
Yeah,
Where?
Reggie said it in the direct. Yeah, in Treehouse yesterday.
Huh.
It was on Reddit, on the Nintendo subreddit, dude.
I thought it would be higher up on the hot.
No, it's Nintendo. It's PlayStation.
Oh, and the Pro Controller has 40 hours of battery life, just like the original Wii U Pro Controller. But yeah, the online thing sucks, in my opinion, and in his opinion. So I don't.
Actually, no. To be fair, the thing that I wouldn't mind paying for online. The thing that pisses me off the most is not only is it like they've not got really any multiplayer games for me to do apart from Splatoon and Mario Kart, which seem a bit shitty to charge you for. It's the fact that they give you a free game every month, but you only get that game for 1 month. You don't get to keep it. That just seems like a bit of a dick move in bird culture.
And it's a SNES and a NES game, although
I won't even care if it's a SNES or a NES game, even though I bought a SNES Mini, a NES Mini, so I don't really need most of those games. And I guarantee the first one will be like Super Mario Brothers, the original one. I guarantee it.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't see how hard it is. I wish they would have just launched tomorrow or next week with like Super Mario Maker. That would have been like a piss easy game to port.
Yeah.
Like, if they seem to have made some really odd decisions. Like, I don't know why they've made some of these decisions. That you think they must have a long game that we don't know about, because some of these decisions are really fucking dumb.
I think the reason why Mario Maker can't be ported over is obviously because they didn't show off the big rumor, which was like the IR pointer. Like, so you can do touchscreen stuff on the big screen. Obviously, Mario Maker would be portable only if it did that. They didn't show off the touchscreen either. They didn't show off so much that it felt like they almost didn't show stuff off.
They hardly even showed off the UI.
And they didn't do all of this, I think, not because it's not because, or probably half because it's half finished.
But half because it's going to be a dedicated...
yeah, because there's going to be another Direct. I think that's the main thing that Sony just hit me over the head with, is that there is too much missing from what we know about it to release in March if there isn't one in February. It's guaranteed that there is another Direct.
It has to be.
There's going to be 2 Directs.
There has to be.
There's going to be Directs. They're going to show more third-party games for launch. They're going to show maybe another first-party, like a small one, like I don't know, maybe Balloon Fight HD, as a tribute to Iwata. Yeah.
I'm also pissed they had no tribute to Iwata at the conference. I wish they'd done something for Iwata's son.
I guess they did one last year, and obviously Reggie did one last year as well at the Game Awards. So I guess they, I think.
What are you doing?
I was drinking a Coke. But yeah, that's why. That's why we don't know anything. It's because
I should also add, we're planning on the 3rd of March to do the midnight launch and then play Zelda all the night through. And then when Jamie gets here, it's doing some multiplayer on like Bomberman probably.
Yeah. Bomberman looks sick, right?
Am I going to end up paying for Bomberman for you?
Well, I mean, like, is it going to be my copy or your copy?
It'll be your copy.
I mean, yeah, but Bomberman's really cool. I wish they just made a sequel to Bomberman 64 or Bomberman Heroes. Everyone hates Heroes, but fuck you. Yeah.
I don't know. That's my favourite one.
What, Heroes?
Yeah.
Heroes is dope. I mean, I feel like they could really shine by at E3 by like going new Bomberman Heroes and.
Can I say also, I read somewhere that apparently the glare on the screen's really bad. When you're outside. Oh, one thing I do want to add is apparently the control. It actually weighs. It's like a really nice weight. It's quite heavy, but not uncomfortably heavy.
It's also supposed to be really comfortable. Like the Joy-Cons look tiny. Apparently, they feel great.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like the Wii control,
Wii U.
Wiimote.
Oh,
You thought the Wiimote was going to be really uncomfortable, but actually it's really...
I thought the Wii gamepad was going to be really uncomfortable. But that was just a bit too heavy. This seems like it's
kind of,
better.
the bezel looks kind of quite big on the console. I think. I do like the... What Switch did you buy in the end? Did you buy the...
I bought the Neon.
Yeah, so I'm going to buy some extra Joy-Cons anyway. Because why not?
Why not? Just give Nintendo more money. Nintendo, give us free stuff. We're buying your stuff. Just even it out, you know. Oh, on the shed. There you
go. Yakuza.
yeah. It's just like follow that company's lead. Sega came on stage, and there was a guy.
Although, there is some breaking news according to the internet.
What?
Nintendo is doomed.
Nintendo is doomed. You heard it here first.
Jesus, like literally, Nintendo could give the Switch away for a tenner, and I swear the internet would still be
You're
pissed
selling
off.
it too cheap, £20. You're selling it too expensive.
No, the thing is, I'm a member of Kind of Funny Games. Do you know Kind of Funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to be really good fans, like really, really big fans of it, and I've had to unfollow the page because literally everyone is just shitting on it for like no apparent.
I don't want to trash other news stuff, so I'll keep it as broad as possible. A lot of places aren't really taking in the fact it's a tablet.
Yeah, I think a lot of them see it as a home console, and it's not. You got to remember how much was the DS?
No. It's not
20 at launch, wasn't it? The Vita.
It's not meant to be a PS4 replacement. It's meant to be It's a console. But it's not a PS4 replacement.
But the thing is, the Vita was like 30 quid less at launch. And look at that. This does more than the Vita.
Oh, yeah. No. And the Vita is amazing. And this is a better screen than the Vita. And apparently, it's kind of already been confirmed with Daisuke 5 coming over, is that a lot of the developers that, you know, got shafted on the Vita and can't make sales on the Vita is going to move over to the Switch. So expect lots of anime games and hopefully lots of visual novels, which will... I mean, it has to, right? Because it's being released in Japan, and it's like this console's designed for Japanese people. By the way, it's portable. They go on trains on time. The actual console market in Japan is dying.
I think the console will do well. It's just, will it become a first-party Nintendo machine again? I do agree with what you said off the chat earlier that it's a soft launch. I think they're going to hit it home stupidly at E3. They're going to be, here's Mario, here's Zelda, here's XYZ, here's Metroid.
Do you think there's going to be another Zelda?
No, I do think they're going to port
Skyward Sword port, yeah. But would it work?
Like Princess HD will get a port as well.
I'd be interested if all these ports come with haptic feedback with the HD Rumble. I really like HD Rumble. Like it's...
I also think the console's not going to be successful until Black Friday. I think Nintendo, if they don't do very well, if Nintendo doesn't come out on top at Black Friday, I do think they're in trouble.
I don't see the Nintendo Switch as another Wii U. I see it as another 3DS. I think the first year is going to be very rough for it because of the price, but it's going to have quality games. And then they're going to drop the price next year.
I mean, I guarantee Zelda's going to get 10 out of 10 awards. I don't think
anyone... Oh, no. I have no complaints about Nintendo's software lineup.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The thing is, it's going to have good quality first-party Nintendo support. I think it really needs, by October, if it's going to have one game, I think the rumoured Pokemon Stars needs to come out before November, Black Friday.
I think November. is
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I think if they can do a Black Friday bundle for $1.99 for a Switch and Pokemon, or a Switch and Zelda, it will fly off the shelves. It will sell out everywhere.
I wouldn't say $1.99. I would say $2.50.
I don't know.
The Wii.
Maybe $2.50 with Zelda.
That's what I meant. Yeah, $2.50 with a game.
Yeah, with Zelda, with Mario, with
with one of their huge titles. Yeah.
Yeah,
I predict Ambassador Program. I predict Ambassador Program because the console's going to be dropped to $240 or $230.
It's rage.
And they're gonna be like, oh, and they're like, okay, here you go. Here's Mario Sunshine on the GameCube emulation that no one else is gonna get for like another 2 years.
I mean,
I'm happy. I'm like overall, I'm happy with the console because I know it's gonna play great Nintendo exclusives.
yeah, I'm happy just for the fact that I'm not gonna lie. I think my friendship with you makes me more excited for it because I know I've got someone who I can play Mario Kart with, that I can play Splatoon. So I know.
I mean, that's like with our vibes. We both
exactly.
we both have HTC vibes. That's a very expensive investment, but
it's worth money.
Playing VR with someone and like
that you know.
It really sells home like the immersion of it all.
Especially if that person's really shit at Onward.
We both cover VR stuff on this stuff as well. I think we're gonna start adding that into our.
I'm trying to find out. There's a program they just released that we're trying to work out that allows you to record VR. That's like £20 that I might buy because we really want to do some Onward gameplay because that game's amazing.
Buy Onward if you have a HTC Vive. If you don't have a HTC Vive and you have rich parents, ask for a HTC Vive and buy Onward.
Or get a rich girlfriend or boyfriend.
Unless you're like 14, then please do not come on Onward. Go to Rec Room instead.
No, Rec Room's terrible now. There's got so much abuse in there.
Well, it's because it's mostly 4-year-olds. We're off topic. Nintendo Switch. What's your rating of the console? Not the games, not the launch, not anything. The console itself.
I can't give one because I haven't tried it or seen it. I will say though, I've seen some videos of the UI, and it's very minimalistic and simple, and I like it.
I really like it. A lot of people are complaining about it, saying it looks placeholdery.
I think it looks fine. It looks simple. The problem with the 3D, it looks kind of like a 3DS, but it looks like the X. Reminds me of the PS4 a lot.
It looks like they're gonna sell themes.
It reminds me. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the 20th anniversary theme for the PlayStation 4. It's just like grey colour, and it's simple, and it slides.
And you'll be able to buy themes for it anyways. You can guarantee that.
What people have told me, I think the console looks very good. It's powerful, like for handheld. It's decent when it's docked. It's comfortable to play with. It's got good things, and like anything else, more importantly, it has a good lineup of software. May not be initially, but we know down the line we are going to get a Metroid. We're going to get more Zeldas. We're going to get more Marios. Like Mario Party, I think will be amazing on the Switch.
Yeah.
I think Animal Crossing will be amazing on the Switch. I think every Nintendo game. I think literally not one.
You're gonna have like Ace Attorney on the Switch.
Oh god, if I can use a Joy-Con to point and shout objection, I will buy 1 million copies of that game.
You can actually do that with the Wii version of the game.
Can you?
Yeah, it was on. They released the collection on the Wii. And
yeah. I might have to unplug. Is the Wii store still up? Because I want to buy that now.
You can like, hold A and B and like swing it to object. It's like, you know how you could like shout objection into the 3DS.
The other thing I'm going to point out quickly now, I forgot, if someone read it. I'm kind of concerned if it's true that Netflix isn't going to be coming to the Switch.
I've heard that not a launch.
No, I've heard apparently Netflix isn't coming to the Switch in general. Like Netflix aren't developing for the Switch.
That's a weird move considering they developed for like the 3D, like every other thing.
I'm also glad the device doesn't have a camera or microphone built in because I think that always is a gimmicky sign and adds unnecessary costs. So I think that's quite a good sign.
I mean, the microphone's good for free online microphone gaming. Like the Wii U had a camera in which actually let you do Skype.
We should also add it is a capacity touchscreen and it's 720p.
720p, which is perfectly fine for this.
All you need, because on a 1080p on a 6-inch screen or the 6.1, you can't.
You get diminishing returns,
but you also get extra battery life.
Yes. Oh yeah, battery life. 2.5 to 6 hours, which basically means 3 hours if you're playing Zelda, and
6 hours
6
to
hours
play
if you're
it.
playing other than the Pokemon port, which is probably
Or Steve. I think Steve would probably run it like 2 hours, probably.
Well, Steve.
Yeah, Steep's coming to
Yeah,
Switch.
no, that's the other thing that we touched on earlier. But the fact that Steep's on it must be in some degree powerful, because that's a current gen game.
I mean, I think we're both agreed. We're going to be excited, and we're going to be at game from 8 p.m. on the Thursday. We're going to be doing midnight launch, and we're going to be playing Zelda and stuff, and we'll be doing unboxing and stuff. I think it's going to be interesting.
We'll get some crowd first impressions as well, and put it on the.
I think Nintendo have got a lot of work still to do.
Yeah, I mean, like that would have happened if they came out and said, like, you know, here's Mario Day 1, Zelda Day 1, Metroid Day 1, because of the Wii U.
I do think
they just have to.
One thing I do want to know. I want to know how Laura Kate Dale feels right now, because so many of her predictions were off.
Well, a lot of her predictions aren't proven wrong, because a lot of the stuff could just be pushed to E3. Like the Rabbids RPG isn't even a rumor at this point, because there's like an Easter egg in one of Ubisoft's things.
Yeah.
It was yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, 20 quid. That it's got to be a direct between now and February.
Yeah,
and
no,
March.
no, there's got to be.
I would say the next 3 weeks or so, because it's got to be before February, because I think. But I mean, also, I don't think they need to do one really, considering it's sold out everywhere already.
Oh yeah, no. This is literally just to make people feel good about their purchase.
Oh, the other thing as well, I'm a bit disappointed they didn't mention anything for what we can expect from the Virtual Console at launch, because, I mean, if they told me yesterday you'll be able to get Super Mario Sunshine on Virtual Console, that would have almost
exactly
like off-put my disappointment. I'm like, I would buy Sunshine because that's my favourite game ever. I've got so many good memories with that game.
This is what I mean. Too much was missing from the conference. They're not going to launch without Virtual Console, even if it is just the NES and SNES. So, you know, they would have said about it. So, yeah, more directs. Multiple directs.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll be back next week. I think next week we'll probably have a bit more reflection on the Treehouse, because is the Treehouse happening again today, or was it just yesterday?
No, I thought that, but it was a one-day thing, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it was still good. Like, it was a lot.
Oh, no,
I mean,
yeah.
Did you see the mini clip from Mario Odyssey they showed?
Yeah, with the jumping and the showing how the movement looks a lot better than it did in the trailer.
I think next week.
Oh, one other thing.
Yeah.
So this podcast has a name.
Yeah.
Which is reliant on our Britishness.
Also, is the music still playing in the background?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
It's just a playlist, so it just goes through. It's bangers and mash, because we're British and we're original. And stuff we like is bangers, and stuff we hate is a mash, and everything so far has been mostly a banger.
And also, we definitely didn't think of that name like 5 minutes before we started.
Yeah, exactly. Perish the thought. You know, the art's already up there. You can't see it. It's an invisible ink.
I think, to be fair though, I think to end it, I
want to talk about 1-2 Switch.
Oh, don't mention that, please. I still think they're going to come out and say that that's launching with the Switch, because I don't see people buying. I don't see anyone buying. The only people buying the Switch at launch are going to be hardcore Nintendo fans, because of their limited launch lineup.
Right. Listen,
none of them's going to be buying.
Listen, right, it's what? It's like 50 quid at the moment, right? Everything else, or is it 40? I think it's 40.
Yeah.
What if they said there was 100 of them?
100 virtual copies of the game?
No. As in there was at the moment they've showed like 5 minigames, and
they've said there's going to be 6 minigames.
Have they actually confirmed that?
Yeah, it's going to be like, you know, Wii Play that came out. That Wii Play, that minigame.
Yeah, but the Wii Play stuff had depth to them.
You were.
I don't know. Wii Play didn't sell very well.
I liked Wii Play.
I preferred Wii Sports Resort. That was way better.
Wii Sports Resort, the fencing on the sword fighting on that was great.
Yeah, that's one thing. Do you think that the Switch's accelerometers and stuff is good enough to do one-to-one movement? Like they couldn't.
Well, someone said it is basically the Wii Motion Plus HD. Like apparently, half the reason why it's like that is they want Wii backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, and ARMS looks good.
Because the rumor is the top of the Switch console's got basically a sensor bar built into it.
Yes, I can see that. I can definitely see that, especially if that's like how they're going to do touchscreen stuff on the screen. Yeah, lots of stuff we don't know, lots of stuff we're going to find out. Got to wrap it up as this is like doubled the length from like a 17-minute thing to a half an hour thing, and I just shoved this on the end, so it's unprofessional. But my computer recently had to get hard resetted, so I've lost all my editing software. So hopefully I'll have that back next week.
I think next week, obviously, I think the one really exciting thing is it's pretty much just a month and a bit to go. Like, it's so close.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously close. Like, there's hardly any time. It's like a month and a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, next week we're going to be covering the Fire Emblem Direct and hopefully another mysterious Direct that is announced directly afterwards, after the Fire Emblem Direct. Actually, well, that would make sense. Like, at the end, it was only at the end of this conference they said, "Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Direct on the 16th." They're not gonna say like multiple events in a row. They've never done that. It's always
The real question though is for the Nintendo Switch is, will it sell 2 million units by the end of March? That's the important question.
I mean, like, if only we had a number of how much they've got, like Amazon got, because Amazon sold out and Amazon's pretty big. Like, I doubt Nintendo gave Amazon 50 copies.
Yeah, Amazon a couple of thousand. Well, I'm struggling to see it sell it. I'm honestly struggling to see it sell 2 million. Apart from the appeal of a new console,
Yeah.
unless the virtual console library's mega at launch, which I don't think it will be. I'm struggling to see sell one title.
They should have delayed Zelda Wii U. It would have pissed off a lot of people, but it would have been a really smart business move.
I think the problem is, Iwata was a gamer. Toshima, whatever his name is, Toshiba, as I call him.
Yeah.
He's a businessman, and I think it's very obvious to tell that he's led this launch period, because I think Iwata would have put in a free bundle title, because I think Iwata would have maybe made it a bit of a stronger first-party launch title. I'd be interested to see how it goes, but I wouldn't
say it would have been better, though. I feel like I love the man to bits, and it's horrible that it's gone. But obviously, they needed to do this kind of thinking because the Wii U's style of thinking didn't quite work. Long term Nintendo, I don't have any issues with. It's just short term. Did you stop talking? Did it lose? It broke. Okay. So mute. My mic is on mute. My mic's on mute. My mic's on mute. My mic's on mute. My mic's on mute. Hey there, guys. Sorry to cut you off, but this is Jamie from the future here to show you that the video recording had a bit of a snafu. Hopefully, I can cut it in post. If I can't, I'll cut it in post because that's a huge gap. Our lineup for Nintendo wise is we will be covering every major direct, every major info dump, even a few rumors if they seem credible. And as for any other things, we have a few game reviews coming up, a few actual review copies, well, one review copy confirmed at the moment, moving on into 2017, and obviously still doing our weekly podcast and our weekly newscast. This one's called Bang and Mash, the news one's called News Things with News People. It's not, I'm very tired, I'm annoyed the video didn't work, but anyway, Merry Switchmas everyone. Put in the comments if you pre-ordered or not. Yeah.